Once upon a melancholic Monday, within the decaying halls of DN College's group, I found myself adrift in a sea of scholarly sorrow. The promise of enlightenment had lured me to these ancient edifices, where knowledge was said to bloom like a rare and precious orchid. Alas, the reality was a wilted flower, its petals drooping under the weight of neglect and indifference. As I traversed the labyrinthine corridors, the echo of my footsteps was a lonely serenade, a testament to the hollow emptiness that pervaded the air. The walls, once vibrant with the aspirations of eager minds, now whispered tales of disillusionment in peeling, faded hues. The facilities, oh, the facilities. They were relics of a bygone era, groaning under the strain of modernity, their antiquated technology a cruel reminder of the college's faltering heartbeat. The lecturers, those venerable sages entrusted with the sacred duty of imparting wisdom, sauntered into classrooms with the enthusiasm of prisoners condemned to the gallows. Their disinterest was a palpable fog, suffocating the embers of curiosity that struggled to ignite within us. Lessons were a farce, a pantomime performed by sleepwalking actors, their scripts forgotten, their passions spent. My course, a beacon of hope in the mist of confusion, was a ship caught in the doldrums, its sails limp, its compass broken. The syllabus, a meandering river that lost its way to the sea, wandered aimlessly through forests of irrelevant topics, leaving us, its hapless explorers, to navigate the underbrush without a guide. The online learning platform, a digital labyrinth, was a cruel jest, its pathways riddled with minotaurs in the form of glitches and crashes. Each attempt to connect with the virtual oracle ended in a tragicomic display of futility, our screens frozen in a mocking mimicry of progress. Assessments, those grand inquisitions of knowledge, were marked with the capriciousness of a fickle deity. The feedback, when it deigned to appear, was as sparse as the winter branches outside my window, leaving me to wonder if my offerings had been received at all. The student support, that shining beacon of assistance and guidance, was but a will-o'-the-wisp, leading the hopeful into swamps of bureaucracy and ennui. Their advice, like the whispers of the dead, was lost on the winds of apathy, leaving us to wander, lost and alone, through the echoing chambers of our despair. And oh, the canteen! That supposed sanctuary of sustenance and camaraderie served up dishes that were culinary crimes against gastronomy. The food, tasteless and tepid, was a slapdash collection of textures and temperatures that offended the palate and sullied the spirit. Bullying, the specter that haunts the halls of academia, ran rampant through the corridors, unchecked and unfettered. The staff, blind to our plight, turned a deaf ear to our pleas, leaving us to fend off the marauding hordes of our peers with the flimsy shields of our own desperation. In this desolate landscape, where dreams withered and died, I wandered, a solitary figure shrouded in the cloak of my own unfulfilled yearning. The DN College's group, a monument to broken promises and shattered illusions, stood as a testament to the hubris of those who dared to trade on the currency of hope without the inconvenience of delivery. As the days bled into one another, my heart grew heavy with the chronic sadness of a soul left out in the cold. The laughter and joy of youthful companionship were but distant echoes, memories of a time when the world was full of wonder and the future a canvas of endless possibility. But lo, dear listener, do not mistake my tale for a mere recounting of personal woe. No, businesses near DN College's group paint a bleak picture of frustration, confusion, and outright disappointment. If you're expecting smooth experiences, think again. This area seems to specialize in turning simple transactions into exhausting ordeals. Let's break it down, because someone has to warn you. Shopping centers like Frenchgate are a masterclass in poor planning. Disabled access. More like an obstacle course. Lifts are perpetually broken, ramps are hidden, and the parking system feels designed to trick you. Paying for parking shouldn't require a detective's intuition, yet here we are, multiple reports of fines slapped on visitors who assumed barriers being removed meant free parking. But no, the mall's security doesn't help either, with accusations of racial profiling and staff who apparently treat their badges like state secrets. Empty shops, malfunctioning escalators, this isn't retail therapy. It's retail trauma. Then there's the dining scene. Turquoise Bar Grill promises Mediterranean flavors but delivers chaos. Raw steaks, missing orders, and a 2-hour wait for takeout that never arrives. One group paid over £120 for a meal that vanished into the ether, only to be blamed on foreign delivery drivers. Charming, The Waterfront Cafe isn't much better, £4 for a cup of hot water they call coffee, sausages charred into charcoal, and a booking system so rigid you'd think they were guarding the crown jewels. And don't expect sympathy if you cancel, even for a medical emergency. Nightlife? Saga Bar's idea of a good time includes selling empty laughing gas tanks for £250 a pop and blasting bass so loud it rattles the neighborhood's windows. Techno, more like technical difficulties. Indoor smoking, rude staff, and cocktails that taste like regret. Even quaint spots like the old-school bistro Tarum's fail spectacularly. Afternoon tea arrives with stale bread, scones topped with mystery cream definitely not clotted, and a side of hairs in the cake. Booking a table feels like applying for a visa. Turn up without one, and you'll be met with the hospitality of a bouncer at a sold-out club. The pattern is clear: businesses here operate on a wing and a prayer. Poor management, cut corners, and a staggering lack of accountability. If you must venture near DN College's group, pack patience and maybe a lawyer. Or better yet, drive the extra hour to somewhere that actually wants your money.
Businesses near DN College's group, they can be tricky. Like, you think you're just shopping or getting something nice, but then boom, scammed. It's sad, like some shops here sell fake things. Tourists come, they see a nice jacket or perfume, but it's all fake. They pay, and then later, oh no, it falls apart or smells like chemicals. What do? Probably just throw it away, feeling stupid. And the shop? Maybe it got raided, maybe it's still there, who knows? Then there's these energy-saving things like little boxes they say will cut your bills. But guess what? They do nothing, or worse, they catch fire. Tourists buy them thinking, oh smart, but no, just a scam. And the sellers probably still laughing somewhere. And vape shops, oh the vape shops, some sell fake stuff like liquids that make you sick. Tourists buy, take a puff, and cough, what is this poison? And the shop, maybe police shut it down, maybe not, but the tourist just leaves feeling cheated. DN College's group area, it's like a game. You think you win, but the shop always wins. And you just lose money. It's not fair, but that